Today we're playing Singular Matter by Spike. The title screen is pretty. I'm not sure what the piece of art is in the background, but it's well done. So that's nice. Let's click New Game. This game contains mature content, strong language, and graphic violence. Ooh, that doesn't look very fun. Welcome. Thanks for the warm welcome. Dear player, thank you for launching Singular Matter. The mouse and its buttons are the best way to control the game. Click the left mouse button anywhere to progress the story at the end of each line or paragraph. Click the function, I think that should be click the function button on the message box to achieve the desired result. There are other ways to control the game, like a mouse wheel or keyboard, but the results can be unforeseen. I think you want to say uh, click the skip button on the message box to continue the dialogue. There are other ways to control the game, like mouse wheel or keyboard, but they're not optimal or something like that. If you find English pretty rough and inconsistent, it's mainly caused by NWO recommendations. I don't know what that is. In 2030, to keep English as simple as possible, just enable communication between former countries, now called lands, as simple as possible. In 2050, NWO plans to implement Esperanto as the main language in the entire world. We will see how it goes. I've never heard of this before. Is this the fiction of the game or is this in real life? In 2050, we might as well be dead because the world is transforming in a great way. Even the greatest minds and powers are clueless what to do about it. Let's go to the tutorial. Click the right mouse button or close at the bottom of the message to hide the message window so you can admire the graphics. They are nice in a macabre kind of way. At the bottom of the message window, you will find other buttons like the menu, where you can save, load, uh, and return to the start screen. Save button usually does what it should do. The same applies to the load button. Ooh, this is good art right here. The log button has a slightly specific function because our protagonist's poor short-term memory. After pressing this button, you read 60 pieces of information you got during the game. If it exceeds 60 entries, the game deletes the oldest data. Okay. If you're too lazy, like me, and you get bored by left-clicking the mouse to push the story forward, you can always use the auto button, so you can read the impressions of the protagonists, dialogue, etc. Well, maybe unless the game forces you to take some action. I know, it's very difficult. If you use the skip button, the effect will be similar to using the auto button, but reading anything is impossible due to the speed of the text and thus understanding anything from the plot. The game will stop only when the protagonists will have to make a decision. You can always press skip again to return to normal speed. That's the end of the tutorial. Let's dive into the dark recesses of the human psyche, post-apocalyptic world, and the unbearable truth of the universe. It's a pretty good intro. Uh, that chapter is misspelled. Origins of Darkness. Quantum mechanics makes absolutely no sense. Roger Penrose. I guess I'm lying in a hospital, in a coma. I dreamt most of the time. My dreams are so vivid and real. But sometimes I suppose I emerge from limbo and get closer to grim reality. From time to time, I think I can hear hospital personnel talking about my state, but their diagnosis is inconsistent. Once I heard that I'm getting better and will wake up soon. Another time, I heard that I'm brain dead and they should disconnect me from life support. It's too incoherent. I guess it should scare me, but I feel nothing. My most recurrent dream is the sequence of events that led me to the current crisis. It all began like most science fiction stories, when I and my colleagues designed and conducted an experiment, effect of which was getting some exotic matter from the particle accelerator. Are we going to have a science class? We called it Singular Matter, or SIM. It was a very special kind of matter. Exotic matter is matter that somehow deviates from normal matter and has exotic properties. A broader definition, or a broader definition, of exotic matter is any kind of non-baryonic matter that is not made of baryons, the subatomic particles, such as protons and neutrons, of which ordinary matter is composed. I, Jim Ellis, and my coworkers got Nobel Award for this achievement. I think you meant the Nobel Peace Prize. Um, is that the right award? I'm not sure. One group of scientists called us seamen, which for some reason we didn't find it funny. I wouldn't either. Physicists claim the discovery of exotic matter operating on a macro scale, which even behaves according to the predictions of quantum matter, is a big step forward to create the theory of everything, combination gravity with quantum mechanics, hence the Nobel Award. It was a great success. However, as always, everything has its bright and dark side. Problems were just about to begin. So our team is Jim, Harvey, and Zenon. Alternative Energy Research Institution, AERI, was built over the Great Cavity that is so large it contains an entire ecosystem, mountains, forests, lakes, and city for thousands of residents. One day we took a lift from the AERI Institute deep down through the cavity to the particle accelerator, the Super Plasma Collider. We tested this procedure a dozen times, first by robots, then by humans. As persons responsible for the creation of singular matter, we wanted to experience all phases of development and usage of this new state of matter. Our backup was Amy, an experienced engineer who extracted SEM a couple of times. So what could go wrong? As it turned out, almost everything. A bolt out of the blue, I had the impression that something very disturbing was going to happen. Oh, okay, so this is sort of a flashback. So this must be us. It's very cold, apparently. I like the art style. A dream, a devilish nightmare unfolds slowly before my sleeping eyes. Like a slow motion movie that is creeping to a total catastrophe. There's nothing I can do or say to revert the determined course of events. Amy is right behind Zenon, and I'm a bit late, and further away from the container. That probably is going to save me, at least physically. Why wasn't Amy listed on the Nobel Prize? Zenon opened the hatch and extracted the container, then something went wrong. I saw the flash of black light from the container. Then something other happened. I would call it a strange kind of implosion or a reverse explosion. A metallic taste filled my mouth.
Explosion danger.
I like that this is animating as the text is going. I heard Amy screaming, Zenon coughing. For a moment I got an impression something was getting inside my skull. Amy was still screaming in pain. Oh, I have a jump behind the pipe. Move back. I'll take the right pipe. This move was a good idea. Was the last effort I drag Harvey to a safe place to get to cover. At least I thought it was a safe place. After smoke, or whatever that was, disappears, I find Amy lying on the floor. Her protective suit destroyed, face disfigured, eyes not belonging to a human entity, sharp teeth exposed in agony. Blood covered everything around her body. I can't believe what I see. I tremble and I get nausea. This moment feels like an eternity. Suddenly, I smell a terrible smell. It smells of rotting flesh. At first, I think it's Amy, but after a while, I realize this disgusting smell is not coming from the body of Amy. It's coming from me. My guts, cells decomposing at a fast rate. I feel a terrible pain in my stomach, spine, and head. Once you feel that smell, you won't forget it the rest of your life. My muscles get stiff. I must do something. I must run away. But I can't move. Suddenly, someone violently pulls me away from Amy's body. It's Harvey. After a moment, all these symptoms vanish. Then I feel a rush of cold wind coming from the place where Zenon is standing. I look in his direction and I witness another terrifying view. Zenon? That accident resulted in my coma and countless string of dreams, reoccurring dreams, were varying in their event outcomes. Since it started, I didn't know which one was real, but I guess it was the original one. I think I was stuck in some kind of loop or spiral, but one time something strange happened. I felt it more real than anything since the start of the coma. Zenon appeared. Hi, Jimmy, how are you? I think you might want to know what really has happened. I guess you're a bit confused. As you remember, during that unfortunate event, I was the closest one to the singular matter container. In the result, what is strange, I ended up somehow merging with the singular matter. I got connected to our creation. Since that time, I got the ability to traverse through different possibilities of events and their consequences, so I can see that space-time got shattered. Like a broken mirror, it reflects different pictures of events. I can see many of them, but when you wake up, I don't know which of these pieces of the mirror will dominate your perception. So it's time to wake up. Wake up, Jimmy. Good morning, Jim. You've been in a coma for 3 days. Do you recognize me? You're now in conversation mode. Choose answers below. I don't know. Who are you? My name is Maya. I'm the chief of the clinic and also a nuclear engineer. I am convinced your memory will return after a few hours. Good. And how do you feel? Disoriented. No wonder you've been through a lot. The thing that happened in the accelerator? Let me guess, you still don't know what happened in that tunnel. It was one of the most gruesome things I've encountered. The only thing that we know is that for some reason the exotic matter container has been unsealed, and while dismounting it, literally exploded. Far more accurate results of the investigation will still need to wait. The task force is working hard on it. What happened to Harvey? This is a piece of good news, well, among the rest. I think you've saved Harvey because of your reaction. He's in shock, but recovering fast. He will stay for some time in the clinic to make sure he can go back to work. What about Amy? Unfortunately, Amy was the closest one to opening the lid. She took massive damage in her face when the lid went off. All sensors confirmed a quick death, but after the rescue team got to the accelerator, she was nowhere to be found. Another strange event. Ugh. What about Zenon? This is the most mysterious part. Zenon disappeared in a way we can't comprehend at all. After the exotic matter container unsealed, he got surrounded with a dense black fog. At least we think so. After that, he just vanished. We don't have the slightest clue where he is. I guess I'll say whatever. I know you're still in poor shape, but haven't you noticed anything strange about your perception? I have in mind hearing problems? Like what, for example? Well, our protagonist is still dizzy and disoriented, therefore, when he hears sounds he can't interpret, double-clicking the left mouse button will urge him. Whoa. Double-click. What? See? All I had to do was change the speed, the accent and tone of the question a bit, and you don't understand it. I'll repeat. Don't worry, I've uploaded into your HoloLens many translations to help you cope with situations like this. When someone talks to you in a way you can't understand, you can use the HoloLens, which should help you understand what the garbled speech was all about. At the top of the screen, HoloLens displays a translation of the strange alphabet and matches the characters to the letter. HoloLens error 404, the image is upside down. Figure out the subject of Maya's question. When you're ready, click OK. If you choose wrong, you'll get stuck in a time loop. Okay. So V. You know, and I think I might cheat a little bit. I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to paste it into an image program and I'm going to flip it upside down. Alright. P is V. The N is H. The F is F. And the up arrow is T. That's not a word. Unless it's backwards. What is SMS? Is S is S. M is M. This alphabet's making no sense. Oh, I'm sorry. SES. Some of these letters are difficult. For example, J and S are extremely similar. Also, M and E are also extremely similar. That can be a problem. But it seems like they're saying... I have no idea. I'm just going to continue. I'm going to guess injury. No. Okay, skipping. Skipping auto. I'm not sure because, like, for example, this is PHFT, which is not a word. Let's go with pain. Seems like that was wrong. Let's try dreams. No. Let's try institute. No. Well, I guess I'm gonna call it here because I don't know how to solve this puzzle. Well, it certainly seems interesting. The story has me hooked. It's very intriguing, but I don't understand this puzzle at all. Gossip. No. But, you know, there are some spelling mistakes, but I know that English is not the developer's first language, which is fine. But overall, and I like the art style. I mentioned that. Overall, I think it's nice. I wish I could have gotten a little further, but I can't figure this puzzle out. And I'm certainly not going to spend the entire game just guessing. But yeah, it's a nice start. Okay, final guess. How about death? No. Okay. Well, nice job. I liked it.